They called me in and told me that I had stage 3 colon cancer, and it was already involved in the lymph nodes. So you can imagine my complete and utter shock getting that kind of news.
I always hate that moment when a client says, we need to talk. And we have to have that realization that they're dealing with a cancer diagnosis. And we talk about it and we're upset about it for a minute, but then we know we can go to plan B and offer a SideStep, another program that we can do in the meantime while they're dealing with this cancer diagnosis. And that gives them a path to follow and facials that they can enjoy and keep their skin that is so delicate and has so many issues while they're going through chemotherapy and radiation, and maybe even surgery to take care of their cancer.
One of the things that, or in my situation, and it depends on what type of drugs anyone has for their chemo, really wreaks havoc on your skin. It's, it seems like it gets extremely dry and rough, and it can be skin on your body, and especially the skin on my face was that way too.
Men and women crave normal. When they're sick, everything in their world is spinning and they feel depressed and out of control and angry and sad. And they just need to feel normal and be apart from that diagnosis for a few minutes. And we wanted to offer a place where they could come and know that they're receiving safe treatment that's not going to make their cancer condition any worse.
After I met Chrissy that day to come in, the day that I came in to get some products, was explaining to her about my story and what I had gone through, or what I was currently going through with the chemo treatments, and that I wanted something to help my skin. So she actually told me about a brand new program that they have at About Face. It's that they were starting. It was very much in its infant stages, called the SideStep program for oncology for cancer patients, where they do facials and some other things that I guess people donate for that, the funds for that, which in turn gives a cancer patient the chance to get a donated or free facial to help them during that time. And that's actually what she offered to me.
As soon as we announced that we were doing this program, we were amazed at the number of facials that were donated. Contributions were coming in from customers and the community together to raise a lot of funds so that none of our SideStep customers will need to pay for a facial for quite a while now. We actually have only used 10% of our budget for the SideStep Oncology treatments, and we would love to give the rest of them away.
So we sat down in her office and talked, and she explained what products would help me, and then she referred me to Sherry, one of their providers here, and Sherry is actually certified for oncology, facials and all that for cancer patients. So I had my very first appointment with Sherry with an incredible facial. If I remember right, I think it was about an hour long. Just, it's the most incredible pampering you will ever receive. It is so, makes you feel beautiful at a time that you're absolutely not feeling that way. Just rejuvenates you, makes you, it kind of picked me up. It helped me know that that was something at that time that, you know, I can keep going. I feel good about this. I'm going to fight. I'm going to get through this. And that whole program is designed for that.
SideStep was actually in play at About Face long before it was ever a true concept, because unfortunately over the years we've had a lot of women that have been diagnosed with cancer, and at a time whenever they needed to maintain some part of normal life, we couldn't turn them away and tell them that we couldn't take care of them. So we had to do some research and figure out what was safe product and safe services that we could offer for these women.
Throughout this whole process, I had to speak with my doctor, my physician, my oncologist, to be sure that products I was using or the services, the facials that I was getting were approved, and that nothing, you know, would interfere with the chemicals that were in my chemo treatments. So that was always approved through my oncologist to make sure we were being the safest possible.
We're very fortunate to have Dr. Tina Thompson as our delegating physician that we can call on if we have any questions about things while we're doing treatment, other issues that go along with the oncology patient. And the oncologists have been very open to our program and happy to assist in helping us with setting up and making sure that we're following proper protocol.
It's just incredible to see where you are, or where you start from when you get that just incredibly devastating news. And you try to take that in, deal with that, you and your family, go through that whole process. And I'm just blessed every day that I had Chrissy and her team at About Face to help me through that time in my life, as well as my family and friends. And to be now on the other side of that and know that there's a wonderful, bright future that I am so excited about.
One of my favorite things that happens from time to time in the treatment room is I'll be talking with a customer and we'll be reviewing her health history and talking about some of the treatments they want to do. And I see that history of cancer on the health history. And it's like, oh yeah, you had cancer a few years ago, and it's just a blip on the radar. They are back to living their life normally and peacefully, and we've kind of forgotten about that very scary time. It's something that we went through together, and that just makes my job here at About Face Skincare even more special.
Towards the end of 2016, thank goodness, finished my cancer treatments. So now I'm in the stage of occasional follow-up, appointment scans, and all of that. But after that piece was over, I talked with Chrissy and wanted to see what else they had to offer to kind of, now that I had graduated from the SideStep program, wanted to see what else About Face and Chrissy had to offer. So pursued that and have now moved on to buying different products for the way my skin is now, kind of coming back to its normal state and getting better. So have tried several things now and feel like I'm in the place that I can continue to grow with that and in the future continue to do what's the best for my skin through About Face.
And whenever we talk about this diagnosis and we get this plan in the SideStep program, I can see a little bit of relief in these clients because they have a plan for taking care of themselves, and we all just naturally feel better during times whenever we feel like we have some control and we're taking care of ourselves.
I'm so thankful every day that there is a place like About Face that has been around for many years. Their experience and knowledge in the skincare industry is like no other. And to know that they provide a service, that they care about the community enough to provide a service like this, where with the SideStep program, the community, there are sponsors, there are other people that donate so that they can also receive the treatment and facials that I got. It's beyond just a normal facial. I can hardly explain what it does for you and your soul, your physical appearance, but much more inside, and the skill that they have to provide this to you.
I remember when one of my clients that is a dear friend came to me, and she was going through some of our oncology facials before it was officially the SideStep program, and she was so upset because she was gaining weight. And she said, why am I the one person that's gaining weight when I'm going through chemotherapy? And I remember thinking, she is fighting for her life and she's upset about gaining weight. But that's when I realized, that was the moment I probably realized that SideStep needed to become available for everybody, and not just these few that were already our customers that came to us and wanted us to take special care of them. Because even though she's fighting for her life, she isn't just as normal as she ever was, and she's upset because she's gaining weight. She wants to feel good, and she wants to feel like she's beautiful.